Welcome. I'm Eddie Anderson, Global Practice Leader for ProjectWise at Bentley. Today I'm going to take you through a short presentation of the new Bentley Navigator iPad app. To start with, I'm going to open up the ProjectWise iPad app and navigate a data source and go find an iModel that's been optimized. So it's a DGN DB format that we use. And I'm going to simply say that I want to open that in Navigator. So that opens the iModel inside of Navigator, and from the interface you can see that we have several different saved views. Also across the bottom we've got some attached files inside of that model, so we've got in this case several PDF files. Across the top I can select which view I actually want to go to, so I'll just pick one of the overall kind of looking on the outside aerial views, and using my fingers I can do things such as rotate around. So this is just using a single finger. Using the pinching and the expanding action with two fingers, I can then zoom in. We can do panning. If I use two fingers and just slide right or left, I can actually pan within that design. The other things that we can do inside of here, to the left hand side we do have the ability to take measurements, so I can come in here and take measurements, and that particular one is a little bit over 35 feet. We can also go back to an overall view of what different views we have, and maybe I want to select an internal one this time. So the same actions apply inside of here. I can pan around, I can use my pinching action to zoom in and zoom out and so forth. And at this point I'm going to use another tool. Over to the left hand side you see a couple of feet there, and that gives me the ability to walk through my model. Now at the bottom we've got a couple of thumb controls here, and the way that you hold an iPad, that's perfect placement for where your thumbs actually go. On the left hand side is kind of where I'm walking, so I can either walk forward, backwards, I can slide to the right, to the left, and so forth. Inside of a wall here, in fact let me look that direction. In this case I'm actually seeing a wall, and you may run into walls and things like that, but in this case I actually want to get rid of that wall. So what I'm going to do is highlight that, and whenever I did that and I just held my finger on it, up at the top you see the little eyeball with the X through it. What that actually does is it hides that particular element, and it shows me that now I have one element actually hidden, and I can do that for several items inside of here. And we can dig back through walls and so forth, and you can eventually get through the entire building that way if you want to. Alright, so back to the walking part of it. So we do have which direction you're walking, and then on the right thumb is which way you're looking. So if I want to look right, left, if I want to look up or down, I just do the right thumb. And of course if we need to elevate throughout the model up or down, across the right hand side of the screen, and this is in English units, so we've got feet, but we can see that the entire model is 48 feet high. If we use this button over here to the right, this is our elevator, and with that I can move it up through the model to different floors, even to the point where I may stop inside of some ductwork in the plenum, or I'll go back down to where I was around the kitchen area. So that allows us to easily navigate an entire model just through some thumb actions, and it's very simple to do, especially if you're used to using iPhones or an iPad. Another thing that we have the ability to do, and I'll just kind of zoom in here, once we pick an item inside of our model. Now this particular model, if we kind of scroll through the information for that table, down at the bottom we can see that this came from an RVT file or a Revit model. So this was a Revit model that we've converted into this DGN DB format, and this is showing me all the parameters for this particular table. Now what I can do over to the right hand side also is put my finger on top of any item there. And in this case it's going to be the class title, which is dining room table, and I can click on the find similar, and that's going to list out over here to the right all the different dining room tables that I have. So I can actually pick one and it'll take me to where that particular table is. So all of these feature classes over here on the right hand side, no matter what it is, we can actually select it and tell it that we want to find the similar type items. So if I want to find all the chairs or the tables, I can do that, and of course we can come in at the same time and say, okay, well, let's go ahead and turn those off. So using that eyeball with the little X, now I've turned off all the tables, and you can see that they're all gone. You can do that for any of the searches that you want. And I can see that I've got 8 total items hidden from view right now. If I want to view those items again, I can simply just click on the fact that I want to see those 8, and now I can see all the tables inside of there. So very easy to be able to navigate, be able to query the intelligence of the model, and so forth. Alright, at this point I'll go ahead and go back to the overall view of my different save views, and I'll select a different one just to kind of highlight a few more features. So just looking at this model, first off, we do see that we can actually see opaqueness, so I can see through glass and so forth. And if I select that pane of glass, of course I can turn that particular one off very easily. And at this point I will go back all the way to the beginning where I'm seeing my model and the attached files, and I want to go ahead and select on one of the PDF files down below, and now I'm viewing a PDF that's being used in that model. I'll go ahead and click Done and click iModels to go back to all my different models that I have loaded into the Navigator, and I can pick on a different one if I want to and go view that particular model. Alright, and also inside of here we can always come in here and use the search up top. So if I need to find anything that has to do with west, I can just start keying that in to the search field, and that shows me a aerial west face save view. Also, another thing that I want to point out, at the top right we've got the little options menu here, and click on the quick start guide. This guide has several pages, and it's basically just telling you what all the different options are within the entire app. So I'll slide through these real quickly. This is going to tell you how you can search for your iModels, how you can delete iModels by swiping right or left, and then you'll pick a delete button that then comes up. Some more information about where your saved models are, where your attached documents are, and of course you can tap on those to actually see them. What all the menus are, the menu items, and then how your finger gestures react inside of the app. And then just of course working with the business intelligence of the model. How you actually select items, how you can hide those, and so forth inside the model. So very easy. And the last thing here is the walkthrough, using your thumbs to be able to walk through using the elevator, and then of course how to get back to the main screen. And that completes the presentation of the new Bentley Navigator iPad app. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at Eddie J. Anderson, or visit my website projectwiseblog.com. Thank you.